This week on Beacon Web News, Dan Wohler brings us inside the campus radio station WJJW, and Maggie Allen talks with the Hardman Journalist in Residence, Dolores Barclay. BWN En Espanol returns with Karen Canela reviewing local Korean and Japanese cuisine at Korean Garden. BWN begins right now. Welcome to the March 22nd episode of Beacon Web News. I'm Sam Niskern. We'll begin with Dan Wohler, who shines some light on another facet of MCLA's student-run media, WJJW. Dan?
Sam, I'm inside the student radio station WJJW 91.1 FM on the third floor of the campus center, which currently hosts over 40 programs throughout the week. Now let's meet some of the students involved. Senior Becky Waterhouse is host of The Bucket with Courtney Chester from 8 to 10 p.m. on Thursday nights. Waterhouse and Chester have been a part of WJJW since they were freshmen, and Waterhouse explains why she pursued the idea of hosting a radio show.
I got involved with WJJW because I really wanted to try something new when I came to college, and when I saw that anybody could have a show, I knew it was like an opportunity for me that I had to take, because I definitely came here wanting to kind of come out of my shell, and like being on a radio show is a really good way to do that.
Jacob Valenti is a freshman who hosts the Vagabond Variety Show with fellow freshman Mo Robley. Valenti didn't plan on being involved with the station when he first got to campus.
When I first came here, I didn't think I was going to have a radio show. I loved music, but something about it, being up here alone, kind of freaked me out about it. But then after a semester, I met hair metal Mo over here, and the connection just blossomed. We both like similar types of music, so we just kind of got together and thought that'd be wicked fun. We ended up going to the WJJW end of semester meeting, and then the following semester we started up.
Valenti described the origin of the nickname he and his co-host created, and also what the Vagabond Variety Show consists of.
Nicknames took a while. But Hair Metal Mo ultimately comes from his love for hair metal. And Jukebox Shakes kind of came from me just liking a big variety of music, which is kind of what the show's about. We go from, hair metal to punk rock to A Tribe Called Quest to Frank Sinatra. It's a crazy mix.
Waterhouse spoke on what brings her back each year to WJJW to host The Bucket.
It's a really great stress release. You kind of just hang out, and you can really make it your own and listen to the kind of music that you like and share it with other people. And it's just a really nice, it's a nice atmosphere. And the other people who have shows are all here for the same reason. We're just here to hang out and have a good time and share music with people.
Valenti echoed Waterhouse and described why he enjoys being a part of the station.
I definitely plan on doing this as much as I can the next few years, and I don't know what it is. It's fun to get up here with a buddy, just jam to some music. You got your friends here and back home listening, and just providing some cool tunes for people.
He described his favorite moment on the air so far this semester.
I remember one time while we were on air, we plan out our playlists and we time out every song, and we realized that we were 10 minutes behind schedule, and we looked and saw a math mistake, and there was a lot of laughing and frustration and changing and getting rid of songs, so that's definitely a good one. I don't know, it's just every week's a fun new experience.
Waterhouse, a WJJW veteran, gave her advice to any student thinking about getting involved with the station.
It can be really nerve-wracking to have a show. I did not do a good job my first semester. I was so scared. But it's something you really can grow in, and really anybody can do it. It's actually really easy to learn. It's easy to keep going with it. So I definitely suggest it to incoming freshmen to do what I did and just give it a chance.
MCLA's Hardman Journalist in Residence, Dolores Barclay, currently serves as an adjunct professor at the Columbia University Graduate School of Journalism. Maggie Allen sat down with Barclay to hear her thoughts on fake news, a topic she'll cover in her talk this afternoon.
The Hardman Lecture Series continues today with journalist in residence Dolores Barclay. Barclay is an author and adjunct professor at the Columbia University Graduate School of Journalism and sits on the advisory board of the City University Center for the Arts. She is also a former arts editor for the Associated Press. The Beacon got to speak with Barclay as she offered her insight to young journalists about her experience in the field. Barclay explained the intent of lying in regards to fake news.
I think today, more than any time, we have a situation where lying has become the major focal point of those who, let's not say make the news, but those who dish out fake information, phony information.
She then gave insight on how journalism students should report stories, especially when fake news is present in the media.
I think it's the same at any time, and that is to be fair and accurate, to dig, not to accept everything you're told, to have a level of skepticism, to question, to always go beyond what someone is telling you. Go for the facts, not the opinion, and stay curious.
When asked what advice she would give to journalism students, she replied,
It's the advice I give my students now. It's a tough field to break into. It's a tough field to make, to earn really a viable living. So you must have passion, and you must want to do the work. Don't accept any job that doesn't pay you. No freebies.
Barclay's compared the advancement in technology from when she first started to now and how it affected her as a young journalist.
When I first started out, we didn't have cell phones. We had to race to a dirty, filthy payphone. Sometimes they didn't even work, and phone in our stories or race back to the office to write them.
Coordinator and Professor Joseph Ebawari pointed out the importance of having a speaker that students can gain knowledge from.
And the important point is how do we pay such person come here and at least students could gain something out of it. And that's why the practical aspects, she being in the Beacon, working with them, and so on. And of course, the lectures that she's going to deliver, the forum that she's going to have. There's information she's going to dispense that will be beneficial to you people looking for jobs.
He went on to explain how interaction between a professional like Barclay's and students is beneficial.
The interaction is good because you are now speaking to someone who is in the field, who is doing it, what you are aspiring to do. Students make those networks through meeting those people, the networks that they have, and they will give you their card, say, okay, contact me. So those are some of the benefits by meeting face-to-face with these guys who are in the field, and I think it's beneficial to all of students, I believe.
Barclay's talk will be today at 11 o'clock in Murdoch 218, where she will focus on the increasingly important issue of fake news. Back to you, Sam.
BWN En Espanol continues with the food review from Karen Canela on Korean Garden. Karen's story will feature both English and Spanish language versions back to back.
Beacon Web News had the chance to visit one of the newer restaurants in North Adams, Korean Garden. Jenny Pei, the owner of the restaurant, had been living in the Berkshires for 8 years. She decided to open up Korean Garden with her husband after she received high demands about locals craving authentic Korean cuisine.
We always thinking I want to open business here, and 5 years later we come back and open business.
One employee advertised the specials that the restaurant will be serving different days each week.
So we have half-price sushi starting Wednesday the 22nd. It's every Wednesday, 5 to 9. And then March 17th, we're going to have happy hour, which you do like a small hot sake for $1 and 10% off any food you order from 8 to 10 every Friday and Saturday.
Pei also talked about some of the signature dishes that are fan favorites for many customers.
A lot of people like a spicy pork bulgogi, regular beef bulgogi, also hot stone bibimbap.
Korean Garden is open Tuesday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m., staying open half an hour later on Fridays and Saturdays. They do not deliver, but they do offer carry-out in addition to dining in. The food was great and the service was amazing. Come on down for authentic food in Korean Garden. Beacon Web News tuvo el chance de visitar a uno de los restaurantes más nuevos en North Adams, Massachusetts. Jenny Pay, la dueña del restaurante que ha estado viviendo en los Berkshires para más de 8 años, decidió abrir un restaurante coreano después de que muchas gentes locales les exigieron que ella debería de abrir comidas auténticas y coreanas. Yo decidí abrir el restaurante después de 8 años de vivir aquí. Mucha gente me decían que tenía que abrir un restaurante coreano y después de regresar por segunda vez, abrí el restaurante. Una trabajadora revela los especiales del restaurante y lo que van a estar sirviendo en los diferentes días. Tenemos mitad de precio para sushi todos los miércoles, empezando el miércoles el 22 de marzo a las 5 de la tarde y terminando a las 9. Y el marzo 17 vamos a tener una hora feliz. El especial es caliente maki por $1 y con el descuento de 10% de la otra cena que compre. Pai también habló de uno de los platos más conocidos y amados para el público.
A lot of people like a spicy pork bulgogi, regular beef bulgogi, also hot stone bibimbap.
El jardín coreano está abierto los martes hasta domingo desde las 11 de la mañana hasta las 9:30 en la noche. Y los viernes y sábados habrá media hora después. No tienen delivery, pero sí ofrecen carry out. Y en adición, la gente se puede quedar para comer en el restaurante. La comida estaba maravillosa y el servicio era increíble. Vayan para acá para comer comida coreana auténtica.
The Student Activities Council announced that Pete Davidson will headline the spring comedy show. Davidson is currently a member of Saturday Night Live and has also appeared on MTV's Guy Code, Nick Cannon's Wild 'N Out, and Celebrity Roasts on Comedy Central. The Spring Comedy Show is April 17th, and tickets will go on sale in the Campus Center Marketplace from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., April 3rd to the 7th, and April 10th through the 14th. Tickets are $5 for students and $7 for guests, faculty, staff, and alumni. Dr. William Lewis, a leader of diversity and inclusion, will be on campus tomorrow, March 23rd, to host an open forum discussing the proposed Chief Diversity Officer position. Dr. Lewis has led diversity and inclusion efforts at Indiana University, Bridgewater State University, and Virginia Tech University. The forum is at 12:30 p.m. in Murdoch 218, and you can share your thoughts about the role and responsibilities for the position, as well as what this individual should have for qualifications and experience. Brooklyn-based singer-songwriter and guitarist Peter Silberman will perform tomorrow night at 8 p.m. in the Church Street Center. Silberman is known for being a member of the rock band The Antlers. Tickets are $20 and can be purchased at the door or online at underdogtickets.com. The Feminism in Art Open Mic and Showcase, hosted by the Women's Center, is an opportunity to read, perform, and exhibit art in a celebration of feminism and intersectionality. The Open Mic and Showcase are tomorrow night at 8 p.m. in the Sullivan Lounge. You can sign up at the Women's Center in room 323 of the Campus Center. And we are less than a month away from the inauguration of President Burge on Friday, April 21st. You can stay updated with developing news on campus by following Beacon Web News and visiting the online beacon.com. And remember to follow MCLA on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.